All right, so good morning, everyone. My name is Banks, and I'm the lead analyst for Code LEDs and also the founder. So today we're going to be explaining this setup and the reason why we pretty much marked this bias, basically. So first of all, as you guys can see, we had an initial sales from last week that were marked as a possible POI. And then this new sell here was basically marked out yesterday, and we were able to execute over 500 pips in the Forex signal room. I'm going to be sharing the testimonies after I upload this on YouTube, and we're able to, take multiple entries from some point, like scale pretty much, right? We took this as a result of this other area that is here. So if we go down to like 45 minutes time frame, you clearly see there that market has been on a particular uptrend for like a while. And then we expected that this particular zone that is here, that is quite visible as a high, market breaks it, right? So if we decide that we want to draw a rectangle around the break of this high that is here, you literally notice that at exactly that break of that high was where this zone actually pushed the price from, right? So now we expect markets automatically come back. So if you draw this and come back here like this, you'd realize that this buy position that happened there was as a result of the retest that was here. Yeah, and then we took this initial scaling in entry, but the market came back to give us a proper retest all the way to the upside, and we're able to back like good profit. So now overall bias for today will still be quite similar to what we had yesterday. And so let's go, guys. So the overall bias will still be quite similar with what we have like yesterday and all. And yeah, so looking at it clearly, you'll be able to see that okay, we're able to take the buys. And for me, I know that okay, this zone that is here, market sort of retested there yesterday. So you sort of want to be careful when you're calling another trade and all. You want to ensure that you're not calling a trade from a point of view where you are looking at it just from just a buy angle, but then you're expecting like retest too. Are you guys feeling what I'm saying? So that way you know that okay, market is supposed to retest, right? And the retest is inevitable. But then you also want to ensure that in as much as you're waiting for market to retest, you are not being emotional about it. Okay. So that way now you mark out like a proper bias and you're sure. So for me, gold bias is still visible, but if I were you, the entry that we took the gold bias from was good. It was strong. But for me, right now, if I'm being honest, I might go for the sales of gold around here because it is as a result of the retest that happened here. So even if we put this on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see that the retest was still visible. Mm-hmm. And it had a break of structure one, a break of structure two here. So for me, I'd rather just wait for market to create a proper break. So if I put this back to 45 minutes, I sort of would wait to 30 minutes rather. I sort of would wait for market to, clear this zone. So for me, just to basically not overcomplicate matters, is either you have a setup like this, market pushes up price and basically gets here and sell, or buy, or market gets here, break this high, retest back into this zone, wait for a bit, and then go all the way up. Most likely. So potential buys are visible at the break of 3375.41. Right? 3375.41. If you have a break above that area, then it returns back down to 3372.26. Then you can take possible buys for gold. And then if it's around here, I'll advise you to calm down. Either you take sell opportunities or you wait to take a proper buy all the way to the upside. So gold buys overall visible, sell opportunities at 3371 visible too. But if you wait for a break above it, then you're good to go. Now the next thing I'll look at is let's look at U card. So for UCAD, you clearly see that the goal and assignment remains the same, quite visible. And for UCAD, we did analysis where we expected market to basically sell. For as long as our stop loss is not broken, for me, I'm expecting USD CAD sales, which is USD card. I'm expecting the sales for as long as we don't have a case scenario where our SL gets liquidated. So sell opportunities for USD card. And now that brings us to another pair, which could be GJ. GJ potential buy opportunities is also visible. And if you look at it clearly, except we have a zone where market kicks our stop loss, then we can look at another buyers entirely. But for me, it remains the same in the sense that market created this high and this zone here, then sort of retested here. But it's having a lot of consolidation and failing to pick price. So for that reason and that reason alone, you sort of would want to be careful with how you basically take your trade, because you realize that it's not picking momentum the way you want it to pick momentum. So you sort of want to be very, very careful about that, moving on and all. And the next pair that we'll look at, so UCAT sells, GJ buys, gold buy opportunities and possible sales at a particular zone that I marked out. So the last pair that we'll be looking at, if possible, would be let's look at Euro USD. So for Euro USD, we'll be looking at firstly we put this on the 4 hour time frame. Euro USD for me it looks more like a bearish momentum. Market is selling, and failing to. So for me, I'm not really satisfied with the entry for EU. Let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD. Let's look at AJ. Not satisfied. Let's look at AUD card. The sales on AUD card are actually very visible, if I'm being honest with you. But then we would ignore that. The next thing would be USD CHF. Sell opportunities are visible on USD CHF, but marking out an entry for that sell is looking abortive. Now, next thing is NZD USD. NZD USD, not really convinced. NZD JPY, not convinced either. ERNZD, let's look at ERNZD. Let's look at those other peers. I'll be picking other peers. For me, what I can see right now, let's look at ERCHF. ERCHF is not giving what you'd expect. AUD USD, AUD CHF, not also given. So for me, gold bias remains fixed. USD card, sell opportunities, GJ buy POIs, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to stop sharing and take you guys to Deriv. Let's look at what we have for synthetics. All right, so welcome to the synthetics chapter, which is Deriv, as you guys know. So for this chapter, it remains fixed. Yesterday, we sent sell opportunities of volatility 10 winners, bagging about over like 110 points in profit. So for volatility 10 winners, the sales is visible. Because if you put this down to like 8 hour, and then you begin to drag this, yes, you'd realize that the next potential area for me most likely be this zone. So the sales are very visible, but you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you're picking it from an area where market will not just start buying, but an area where market will continue to push down price. So sell buyers visible of volatility 10 winners. Let's look at volatility 10 index. For me, I feel volatility 10 index looks more like a structural zone, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So firstly, I'm going to mark out this area that is here, which is a high and a sweep of the high. The market created this zone that is here, which invalidates a lot. Then the next thing here will be shorts, which we're expecting markets to push up price into that area. Then you drag this down all the way. So for me, we mark out this because we had a break of structure here, as you guys can clearly see. There was a BOS here, and then our next BOS was basically here. Yeah, and that's basically it. So sales visible for volatility 10 index at that particular zone that I marked out. Let's look at 25 winners. For 25 winners, I marked out this area as an area for buy opportunities, basically. So I'm expecting market to slowly come down into this area, and then we have buys like all the way to the upside, and that's like pretty much it. So, guys, that brings us to the end of the trading challenge for today, explaining the biases and all. But all of this analysis would obviously be sent into either our dairy signal or our Forex signal. So I want you to, I say it every day, I say it every time, I said it yesterday, that I want you to put so much attention and focus on your craft. I want you to basically be a better version of yourself. Focus solely on you, because at the end of the day, I think, one of the things that would always stand out is the fact that you invested so much in yourself. So I know that there are a lot of things that are in your mind that you've not gotten sorted. There are so many things that are pressing in your mind that you want to get done for yourself. But understanding that beautiful things take time, one, and then two, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time for you to be able to build yourself into that person that is now financially literate and also even a better man at that. So this is me putting it out there to you that believe so much in your trading and every other business that you have going on there. Dedicate time into ensuring that you're a better version of yourself as a trader, and consistently believe that beautiful things will happen for you, and also be open to collaborations. Learn to work with people that are as vision oriented as you are, goal oriented as you are, and make sure that you're a passion driven person. And eventually, beautiful things will happen. So, thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your day.